Did you know that 400,000 adults with more significant disabilities are in core housing need? And did you know that more than 13% of the population has a disability? And that's about 4 million people in Canada. People living in lower income realities and who are recipients of any social support are usually disproportionately impacted by the lack of housing access, especially people living with disabilities. The reality for racialized persons with disabilities is much more complex and more challenging. They face compound disadvantages. When layered with disability, stereotypes, racialized minorities face even more barriers to accessing housing. So this is what I'm proposing. Motion M-59. It aims to establish a framework that will urge developers to be vigilant on accessibility issues and to ensure that persons with disabilities, visible and non-visible, are accommodated. This motion is asking our government to consider adding experts with lived experience with visible and non-visible disabilities to be added on the National Housing Council in order to provide informed expertise. It's also asking our government to review the Section 4 of the Housing Policy Declaration to include and recognize the barriers faced by persons living with disabilities. I'm also asking the government to prioritize the creation and repair of accessible units through the ongoing National Housing Strategy programs. And finally, to ensure the right of adequate housing is applied equitably across vulnerable populations, especially with persons with disabilities, both mobility and other. This is what I'm asking the government to consider in my motion M-59. I will be presenting this motion on October 27th. I urge you to ask your members of parliament to support it. My name is Ariel Kayabaga. I'm your member of parliament for London West.